Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And if you are new here, welcome. And my name is Matsobane, and this channel is about finance, SEMA studies to be specific, and financial advice there and there, career advice there and there, lifestyle, and officially motherhood. So I would take it that if you clicked on this video because of the title, you are interested in all things motherhood. So I will be sharing this journey with you guys. So if you are interested in motherhood, please do remember to subscribe. And if you like this video, at the end of the video, please do like and share and comment if you have anything to say. So I'm based in South Africa if you are new here. So in today's video, basically I'm going to be sharing a story of how I found out that I was pregnant, and not just pregnant but pregnant with twins, and not just any let me just say not fraternal, or because I know there's different kind of twins, but specifically monodi twins. So I'll also write in the description box a complete word of what monodi means, what mono stand for and the di stand for. So because for me, I find that the word is kind of difficult to pronounce. So in November 2023, my partner and I decided that it was time to make a human being. So then from that point, I was like, because I always track my periods on a monthly basis. So that online calendar that I used, it would usually tell you when are you gonna be ovulating, the first day and the last day of your period, your most fertile days, things like that. So I looked at that calendar. I was like, okay, so here's the most fertile days when we would be most likely to conceive. And then I had my November period, and then periods, and then after November periods, then it was time to be serious about making a human being. Take those dates very seriously. So then what happened was, then the December holidays came, and I went home. So if you are new to this channel, then you wouldn't know that I'm based in Gauteng, Joburg, but I'm from Limpopo in Polokwane, so in South Africa. So then I go home for December holidays around that weekend of the 16th, because I prefer to be home by the 16th, and also just avoid the traffic, because most people will be going home around that period. So I went home. So I went home, and I knew that I was expecting my periods around that weekend before Christmas. I think Christmas was on a Monday, because I mean, I can't really set the dates. We all know which date is Christmas Day. So a week before I was expecting my period, I was in so much pain. I usually do have severe period pains, but that time I was in so much pain. I was like, this month, no, period pains are going to kill me. They're going to be the worst of the worst. And that time I usually buy the pain pills every month. So I had not bought pain pills before I went home. I was like, I don't even have pain pills. I'm not motivated to go to town or the mall, Sisho Mall, or because it's closer compared to town. I was like, I'm not motivated to go. The period pains are going to murder me. Like the way I'm in so much pain this week, a week before the periods. Then days go by. There comes the day I'm supposed to be on my periods, the day before Christmas Day. the periods did not come. So I was like, I'm just too busy. I mean, these dates, maybe sometimes they can like change. They find that you are late with 1 or 2 days. So I'm still not worried. Then Christmas Day comes. I was cooking the whole day, like usual Christmas activities. Then later on, I was so tired and still in pain. I was just like resting. And then a week goes by. I'm like, now I should be concerned. I should be concerned. I should think of like taking the pregnancy test. But I'm like, it's almost the 31st. So and also if I do take it, I'll have to go and see a doctor to confirm if I'm really pregnant, if it's positive. And I don't live in this province, so I don't think it makes sense for me to like see a gynecologist here, then go to out there and find another gynecologist that I'm obviously going to use throughout the period of pregnancy if I'm pregnant. Then I'm just like, mind you, this is my first child, so I'm like, okay, it's fine. Life is just gonna go on as normal. The 31st comes, we buy alcohol, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can like drink. It's not like I know that I'm pregnant or something. I tried drinking alcohol, it's just not like sinking in at that point. I think I had 2 bottles of dumpies on the 31st. I even finished the second one, I would say, on the first, because it was around 1 after midnight on the 31st. So I was struggling to drink. Alcohol was just not going in as it should. So I had like those 2 dumpies. And then I started feeling really nauseous, very nauseous every day. Then I'm like, no, it's time to go to Joburg. The sooner I find out what's happening to me, the better. Even talking to my mom, like, yo, this pains, I need to see a doctor. I need to find out what is really happening. So I come back to Joburg, and then I wake up, because my partner and I usually would come back in Joburg around the same time. So we come back, and then I tell him after coming back that now I think I need to take a pregnancy test. And also because I was like very nauseous, it was not comfortable to be driving. So I wake him up in the morning on this other Saturday. I'm like, hey man, let's go to Clicks. Let's go and get a pregnancy test and some pain pills, Panado to be specific, nothing strong. So he's like, so you can't go alone? I'm like, I'm not comfortable to drive, I'm very nauseous. So he went by himself. It's like, it's fine, just stay. Then he went out, came back with the pregnancy test. And then I actually still have the pregnancy test that I took that day. Decided to save it for memory purposes. So he comes back with the pregnancy test. That pregnancy test that has 2 pregnancy tests inside. You'll probably see it on the thumbnail. And he comes back with that pregnancy test. Then I go into the bathroom, and I use 1, pee on 1 stick. Then just like that, it comes out positive. It did not even take that time. Like, when they say you have to wait a certain period of time, I think within, I would say, 10 seconds, you could already see 2 red lines. And I'm like, I take the second one, and it comes back positive still. So I go to him like, hey man, both pregnancy tests are positive. It's like, hey, congratulations, I'm going to be a mother. I mean, it's not like we were surprised. Also, it's not, our journey was not difficult. It's not like we struggled to fall pregnant. I just felt pregnant within a short period of time. I actually thought maybe it was gonna take some time, but it did not. So I just felt pregnant just like that. And then came the following week, which is like on Monday, Tuesday. Then I decided, let me call the gynecologist that I would usually see and make an appointment. I made an appointment. I think they gave me a date of the 15th of January 2024. So my partner and I went to consult. Then when we got there comes the surprise. So I told the doctor that no, I missed my periods. I did not have my December periods. I took the home pregnancy test. It came out positive. So he's like, okay, let's find out if you're actually pregnant. So we go into that room where there's like that bed and that ultrasound machine and like those screens. Then I lay down on the bed. Then he does that ultrasound thing. He's like, I know you're definitely pregnant. Then because it's still earlier on in the pregnancy, because I was 6 weeks 5 days, so it's like then he also used that thing that they kind of insert down there just to check the heartbeat, because they couldn't detect that with the ultrasound at that stage. You couldn't hear the heartbeat because it was still ill. Then he put that thing down there, and then he's like, oh, there is the heartbeat. Then we listen to the heartbeat. We are happy that there's a baby there. I was so happy. Then he's like, wait a minute. there's a second heartbeat. He's even joking about it, like, I don't know what that means, but there's 2 heartbeats. I'm like, you know exactly what that means. I'm just thinking like, oh gosh, I mean, I wanted to have a baby, not babies at this time. So like now all my plans, financial plans, budgets, I mean, personally I budget for everything in my life. I plan everything. I'm like, so now I have to like readjust my budget. There's 2 babies instead of 1. Then he gives us a date to come back. Said no, you gives us a date which would be, because when you're pregnant you have to see a gynecologist every 4 weeks. So then we have to come back now on week 11 in 5 days, because that day we went to consult, it was 6 weeks 5 days. So he gives us a date to come back, and then I'm talking to my partner on the way, like, how do you feel about the fact that we're having twins? And he's even making fun about it. He was so happy, unlike me. So he was so happy. I was still shocked. So he was like, you see what happens when you take time to want to have kids. I mean, people your age probably has like 3-4 kids. I'm like, it depends on their preferences. I mean, I'm not even 30 yet. I'm like 29. So it's like you're catching up real quick. Making fun of the whole situation, but it was happy. So then we go home. I start researching on different kind of twins. And I see mothers who documented their journeys on YouTube. Others are busy talking about the risks, having to see a doctor like every other week, being hospitalized at 26 weeks because of the risk associated with pregnancy, all those kind of things. I'm just like, yo, I guess it's identical twins kind of pregnancy that all those women were discussing, like monodi twins, mono twins, which is like the riskiest kind of pregnancy, of twin pregnancy. So I'm like, yo, I really hope that my twins, I was even telling my partner, but it's like, I really hope that our twins are fraternal. At least we won't have like to deal with a lot of issues. And he's like, why would you research about things like that? I'm like, just in case. So then week 11 comes. Week 11, 5 days comes. Then we go and consult. Wait for it. We get there. We are happy. It's like, oh, so the doctor is even like making fun of the whole thing. Like, last time when you guys were here, you found 2 heartbeats. Let's find out how those 2 heartbeats are doing now. Then we go, and then now there's no need to use that thing anymore. It's just ultrasound. It's like, okay, there's the baby number one, and you see both babies. You could see one, and then that baby was even like kicking their siblings, their sibling on the head, and it was like, wow, this is amazing. Like at this stage you can see the baby this clearly and active. I'm like, why is the other one not moving? It's like, this happens like in early in those pregnancies, so early. Maybe you could also find that the other baby is sleeping. So and when he tries to go and like now to see the other baby, like it's like that baby is hiding behind the other baby. They look like they are very close. They look like they are basically close to each other inside the same sac basically. So that doctor like even removes that gel that they put and does it again. It's like he couldn't believe it. Then he refers us to a fetal medicine specialist. So he gives us like a list of fetal medicine specialists that he recommends, and then I make calls, and then I get an appointment. It tells us that it will be best to do that, to see the fetal medicine specialist before week 13. And I'm like, okay, no, that's fine. And then I make that appointment. By the way, the fetal medicine specialists, they take cash up front. They don't take medical aid. So you want us about that. So when I was making an appointment on the phone, I asked them how much it is. So the cost differs. If you're having just one baby, you pay like the minimum amount of cost that they charge. If it's two babies, you pay like more. If it's three, you can imagine. If it's four, more and more money, because they thoroughly look at every part of the baby, of the body, to see how it's going internally and externally, all those kind of things. So they're like, no, you're gonna pay this amount of money. I think I'll do a video as well, specifically about what this the costs associated with this type of pregnancy, basically, like how much it is in South Africa. So then we go to that appointment. They ask about medical history. Before we even get to consulting, you pay cash before you can consult. If your card declines, no consultation for you. Then we pay that amount of money, go and consult, give the medical history. They ask if in our families there's all this kind of things, and we give it. Start inspecting the babies. Good news is that because my gynecologist or our gynecologist had thought that those twins were like mono twins, like meaning that it is twins that share the placenta and also share the amniotic fluid. Not amniotic fluid, the amniotic sac. So basically they are in the same sac. So when we get there, that doctor is like, no, the reason why your doctor probably did not see this dividing membrane is because it's very thin. So basically this is identical twins. They are both in their own sex, but it's not easy at this stage for you to see the dividing membrane because it's very thin. But we could see it because they think they use different kinds of specialized ultrasound machines. So then that was a good thing. At least they're not in the same sac because of the risks. So basically if they were in the same sac, it would mean that at any point when they start playing, they could like their umbilical cords could wrap each other, and that wouldn't be good. It could affect their blood flow. And also the bad news now is that they do share they share a placenta. So meaning one twin could be getting more blood than the other, and the one who's getting more blood could that blood could lead to them being brain dead, and then the other one who's getting less blood could die because of not having enough blood. Those were some of the risks. And yeah, they talked about, I think there's like other risks as well that they mentioned, like in terms of like the vitamins as well, other child not getting as enough vitamins as the other child, or yeah, not growing, restriction in growth, even that the other child is growing more than the other child, and what interventions will have to happen, that like it's easier, like if they catch that earlier, then there's procedures that could be that they could do to make sure that the babies grow the way they're both supposed to. Like there's a procedure that they could do where they kind of separate the placenta to make sure that each child has their own placenta, and it's only done in Cape Town by like one hospital, one doctor there, and it's very expensive, so it does not just happen unless it really has to. Then the doctor said that from 16 weeks going forward, she'll have to see us every 2 weeks. And then based on how expensive the cost is, you can imagine, I was like already calculating around 60 grand by the children are born, which is like a lot of money to be spending on a monthly basis. So yeah, basically that is how I found out that I was having monochorionic twins, and the risks are surrounding this kind of pregnancy. So by the way, as I'm shooting this video, I'm currently in my 22 weeks of pregnancy, 21 days, few days, going to 22. So I do hope that you guys enjoyed these videos, mummies out there, or people who are planning on having kids. I mean, some things like that, you don't see them coming, but I think when you want to have a baby, because I also did not know that there was even someone called a fetal medicine specialist or high risk pregnancy, where you have to spend so much money. So I think you have to be like very, very prepared before you decide to have a baby. Just in case you are faced with high risk pregnancy, you know that you can afford to pay all those costs until you give birth. So I hope you guys found this video to be very helpful. I'm also just gonna do a video, I would say part 2 of this video, about the costs associated with monochorionic twins pregnancy, which is high risk pregnancy. Thank you and bye.